While in his hometown of Chicago for All-Star Weekend, NBA 2K20 cover athlete
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Atlanta, third best record here in the early going.
And you know, right now for Atlanta, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. They've got Bielitsa, Hood out there with Doug McDermott. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Curry in at the point. And for Atlanta, we've got Durant, Daniel Tice out there with Allen. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Beasley in at the two-guard spot. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I briefly spoke with Lloyd Pierce. We discussed the challenge of defending Steph Curry. Coach said it's not just his outside shot. People forget what a terrific finisher he is inside. Kevin, there is no question that people still sleep in that aspect of Steph Curry's game. Back to you.
Thanks, David.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick in Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He had a 30-point outing their last game again.
And you know what? In that last game, he was also all over the place on defense, mucking up the passing lanes and getting all kinds of steals, too.
Here's Allen, just 2 to shoot. Tice, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Redick against Beasley. And Redick kicks to Hood. Buries the long-range jumper. And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable with his length.
Well, he is just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position. They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
The Hawks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Mark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shot's importance in the game.
Here's Redick. Jared Allen making his last shot. 10 points separating the teams. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on J.J. Redick. Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skills.
You know, Katie doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
Here's Allen. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. 6 points for Allen.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
Hood kicks to Bielitsa. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's KD. From deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Atlanta. Notching a 50, 40, 90% season is a rare.
The field goal percentage as a whole is.
And consistent excellence certainly is the key. Curry brings it night in and night out.
And as tough as it is to hit those marks, he just seems to make it look easy.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the Hawks, Durant is out there with Daniel Tice. Then it's Malik Beasley. Then there's Allen. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point guard. So it's Minnesota now. Timberwolves trail by 11. And here's Redick. He had 15 points last outing. Outside Curry. Latrey. That shot missing. Beasley against Redick. Good work there as it goes. 8 points for Jared Allen.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now here's Curry. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. Lock at 6. Durant with the steal. Oh, and here comes Kevin Durant all alone.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, Durant is a prime-time threat to pound one down. Got to keep him away from the rim. And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
Shot clock at 2, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
The Timberwolves again can't hit. Hood against Beasley. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. And Tice gets it to go. And the Hawks lead by 17.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Now here's Redick. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 5 on the clock. Bielitsa misses.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Allen, great positioning on the putback.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Curry. Jared Allen making his last shot. They need this. It's rebounded by Tice. Tice has got rebound number 5 here tonight. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. There's the pass to Durant, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Durant's got 6.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently. No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now.
And so it's Atlanta in very good shape with a 23-point.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After Atlanta came ready to play. They had the pieces in place for a nice stretch to open it. That's all for now.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Jared Allen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Checking out the group now for Ryan Saunders to start the second half. J.J. Redick is out there with Steph Curry. Then it's Rodney Hood. Then it's McDermott. And it's Bielitsa in at the 5 down low. Mark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation. But I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably are what occupy my time.
And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
And checking out some numbers for J.J. Redick. Last season's performance for him averaged 18 points per, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Curry pulls it down. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. And they'll keep possession. Another shot. McDermott can't get it to go.
That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 5. Back to Allen. Beasley outside. Sinks the triple. Beasley's got 9.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
He gets that one.
Yeah, Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
Pass to McDermott. It doesn't go for him.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Out to the right wing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses the wing J.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Count it.
And the young Timberwolves head coach, Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game, to a modern-day approach for a young coach.
Outside Curry. Count it. Curry's got 4 this quarter.
And Curry certainly is clever and crafty. Trickery is part of his arsenal when he gets inside. I mean, I like seeing him do his thing close to the basket.
Inside, and then Durant with the dunk.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Curry passes to Hood. It's rebounded by Durant.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Durant, and it's good. 2 points. Durant's got 12 in the game.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Kennard. He's out there with Smith. Ennis out there with Hartenstein. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. The Timberwolves shooting only 21% from the field so far. Now here's White. He's guarded closely. Right side, Rondo. Collins wide open. He fires. That 3 off the mark. Here's Kennard. It's stolen by Rondo. Outside Hood. 60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb, absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind, big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it there.
Good name. Smith against Rondo. Rejected by Gasol.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection. Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Shoots it up. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, you know, they squeeze it well. Low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough.
Milos Teodosic, he's checked in for Hood.
He needed to convert on all of those. Missed opportunities at the line are the last thing they need right now.
Pass to Hartenstein. Hawks passing it around. Passes it to Kennard. Shot clock at 5. From 11 feet away, again the Hawks score. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Rondo's scanning the floor. Atlanta with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Hawks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Allen.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Back to Kennard, and that one is good.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Smith against Rondo. It's deflected, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo. We've got 13 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's Kennard. And so Atlanta takes this one by a... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps.
Run that back, Turbo.